My name is Frank McKenna. I'm the Chief Executive of Downtown in Business. Downtown in Business is a networking organisation that also lobbies the public sector agencies that govern us on behalf of the private sector. Downtown in Business has changed over the past 3 years in several ways. Firstly, we've become much bigger in terms of our membership, which is good news. Secondly, we've become more influential with the likes of Manchester City Council and other local authorities and indeed central government. And finally, I think our events have just got bigger and better during that period of time. So all good really. We haven't got competition, so it's difficult for me to comment on what separates us from competition. But what I would say is the adage, work hard, play hard, is definitely something you would associate with Downtown. The highlight for me is that every day is different. You know, I set a business up really in order to be able to enjoy life, and Downtown gives me that opportunity, but also the influence increasingly that we have over local and regional agendas around things like elected mayors, around policies that are taking place and around business support and economic development. That gives me a great deal of satisfaction. I think you've got to be very open, very honest with the clients and members that you deal with. Clearly, you've got to forge strong links with the decision makers in the city regions where we operate. And finally, you've really got to have your finger on the pulse and know what the big issues that are emerging are, both at a national and a local level. Manchester is at the heart of the Northern Powerhouse. I think it's the city that most companies would aspire to be in. Certainly as far as Downtown is concerned, it will by this time next year be our biggest in terms of our membership, and I just think that its political, civic leadership and its vibrant business community makes Manchester the place to be. In Manchester, you're spoiled for choice in terms of the fantastic range of businesses that you've got here, and clearly a number of sectors are very strong: professional services, property, digital. But for me, the standout company and big supporters of ours have been Bruntwood, and on the commercial property side, I couldn't recommend them highly enough. On the digital side, I have to say, my old mate Paul Yates and Online Ventures Group, who are about to do a new website for Downtown, again, I would highly recommend them. Influential people in Manchester, there are many, but I think that you would have to say the political leadership of Sir Richard Leese and Sir Howard Bernstein are right at the forefront of not just the Manchester agenda, but driving that whole devolution agenda in the Northern Powerhouse that I mentioned earlier. So I think you will go a long way in finding two more influential people in this part of the world. But from the business community, you have people like Chris Oglesby at Bruntwood, you have Lawrence over at UK Fast, and then Scott Fletcher as well. So, you know, some pretty articulate and forthright entrepreneurs who always get their point across. Not forgetting from the Bruntwood stable again, Kate Folks, because again, in terms of female entrepreneurs, you go a long way to find somebody more impressive than Kate. When starting out in business, the first piece of advice I give everybody is make sure you enjoy and absolutely love what you do, because there will be days when everything goes wrong, and in order to keep going and maintain a momentum for your business, then you really do have to love it. I think the second thing I'd say is don't be chasing grants, don't be chasing money from councils and that sort of thing, because actually if your product's any good, then what you should be chasing is sales, because you'll be able to sell your product, and on the basis of that you'll be able to raise the money that you need to grow. The Northwest is a place that is obviously close to my heart, in that I live here, work here, have set businesses up here, and for me it's got everything. You know, we've got the big hub cities of Liverpool and Manchester, we've got the Lake District in terms of our playground, we've got Lancashire, which is a beautiful part of the country, and most importantly from a business perspective, we've got companies who really do like to get out and about, network, connect, do business together, and have a genuine affection for the location in which they operate. And from Downtown's point of view, That's what we're about. We're about promoting the Northwest. Yes, the individual cities are vitally important, but if this Northern Powerhouse is to mean anything, then it's about connecting those cities and regions to make sure that we work together more effectively and become a genuine balance to that huge planet that is London. My favourite place, gosh, there's so many of them now in Liverpool and Manchester. I mean, it's a great place in terms of the number of venues that are available. I'm inevitably going to upset somebody, but I would say in Liverpool, I love Chow Prayer, which is in Liverpool 1, and it's the venue where we host Sexy Networking. In Manchester, it's probably just Restaurant, Bar and Grill, although I do love Grill on the Alley as well. Just in terms of conclusion, I think we're in a very exciting moment in not just the history of Manchester, but the whole of the North. The Northern Powerhouse agenda and city mayors are something that we've been arguing for as an organisation for 5 or 6 years now. So it's great to see the Chancellor and the government take up that agenda and attack it in such a positive fashion. And more importantly, as I say, we've got a political leadership here in Manchester and hopefully in Liverpool in the not too distant future as well, who are signed up to making that progress and making things happen. Great time to be in Manchester, great time to be in the Northwest. If you're not enjoying it now, what the hell are you doing? Get out there, enjoy yourself, and join Downtown. Thanks for watching. I've been Frank McKenna from Downtown in Business at the heart of the Northern Powerhouse.